Hello and welcome to this video session. This will be about IELTS general training, the most commonly used vocabulary words in the reading and listening tests. So here we will start with the word, with the first set of vocabulary words. So there are 25 words in this video. We will check them, explain the definitions, and then I will focus on some synonyms. The first one is push someone to do something. So we can say push someone to do something. So in this specific example, push someone to do something, it means that to forcefully persuade or direct someone to do or achieve something. So it is more like encourage or motivate, inspire, or we can say urge. These are all verbs. These are all verbs. Okay. So another synonymous word for push can be encourage, motivate, inspire, or urge. So the next one is otherwise. Otherwise is a conjunction. It means if not, or else, if something is not done. You should stop smoking. Otherwise, you will be hospitalized. So let's say this person has serious health conditions, and we are saying to this person that you should stop smoking. Otherwise, you will be hospitalized. Here, otherwise means or else. It means or else, or it means if you don't do this, if you don't do this. Yeah. So this can be some synonyms for otherwise. Assignment. Assignment is a particular job or responsibility given to you. So we can say, instead of assignment, we can say task. Or we can say, depending on the context, homework, if it is about a school assignment, or we say sometimes homework, sometimes we say homework assignment. For example, we can say a homework assignment. A homework assignment. Please note that the word homework is uncountable. So please don't say homeworks. This is not correct. This is a common mistake because this word is uncountable. So while using this word, please be careful. It is not homework, it is homework. So we say a homework assignment. Here we use a because a refers to assignment. Assignment is countable. So this word is countable. So when you say homework assignment, it's a collocation. Two words are used together, homework assignment. Again, can you say a homework? It's also not correct because homework is not countable. So you cannot say a homework, you cannot say homeworks. Okay, so go into something. So let me put these like here as synonymous words. So here we said, let me repeat one more time. Assignment is a synonymous word for task, homework, or we can say maybe mission. So these can be some synonymous words for the word assignment, something you are supposed to do at work or at school. Go into something to enter a particular career or profession. So, for example, I am planning to change my profession. Profession is like occupation or job soon. In fact, I'm planning to go into psychology. So this means I want to become a therapist. I'm planning to change my career. So in this example, go into means to start specific profession, to change your career, to start another profession. Okay. So here, instead of in fact, you can also use the word indeed. So these are synonymous words, in fact or indeed. Politics. Politics is about the activities of the government, politicians or political parties, or the study of these activities. So politics is a kind of major. So politics is a kind of discipline. We can say the discipline or major of political science. So this is a field of study. A field of study. Field of study in about political issues. Okay. You can say, as an example, my younger brother is planning to study politics in France next year. So in this example, as you can clearly see, it is a profession. It's a field of study politics. And as you see, it ends with the letter S, but this is the name of the subject, the discipline. So that's why we use it with an S, but we use a singular verb after it. Politics is my favorite subject. So here I'm saying politics is, not are. So please be careful, because here this S doesn't make it plural. It simply makes this a discipline. So I hope it is clear for you, everyone. Okay. Number 6, relevant. Relevant means related to a subject or to something happening or being discussed. Relevant is like something directly or straightforwardly about something being discussed or talked about. So this is the definition of, in other words, like relevant. And the opposite is irrelevant. So the opposite is the antonym is the irrelevant. If something is irrelevant, it's not about the topic. It's something about another topic. It's not about the topic you are discussing or you are talking about. In my students' essays, I mostly notice irrelevant ideas or examples. So I ask them to double check if their ideas are relevant to the given topic. Okay, so here in this sentence, I use the word like irrelevant idea. So they are not relevant. They are not about the topic being discussed. They are talking about something else. And then I ask them to check if their ideas are relevant to a subject. And then we use to. Irrelevant is the opposite. Okay. So apply. Apply means to make use of something or use it for a practical purpose. You need to apply your theoretical knowledge about computers to your current job. Otherwise, you will lose your job. Again, maybe I can change the word here, not to repeat the same words. Repetition is not a good idea when you write something. So in your writing, you should avoid repetition. So here I use otherwise from the list above, just I explained. Here we go. Otherwise, you will lose your job. You need to apply your theoretical knowledge. You need to use. So here apply means to put into practice. Another word for apply can be to put into practice. To put something into practice. This means apply. Put into practice. Computing is about the use of the study or use of computers. Some of my friends studied computing at university, but then they went into politics. So you remember going to, I'm trying to repeat the same words again. Some of my friends studied computing, like it's about computers. And then I said they went into, go into, you remember, go and went is the past form. Go into something. They went into, they go into politics. So they changed their careers. They decided to do something about politics. And I also use the word politics. So these are all from our list, from today's set of vocabulary words. High spot. A specific moment or event is the most enjoyable, exciting, or significant part of something. The high spot of this week was when I heard about my test scores in the psychology exams. So the high spot of this week was when I heard about my test scores in the psychology exams. So what I mean here, the most enjoyable, the most important, the most exciting part of this week, the high spot of this week, what I mean here, the most enjoyable, the most fun, the most exciting was when I heard about my test scores in the psychology exams. It was really an exciting moment, an exciting point of time in my life this week. Okay, so we can say here, instead of the high spot, for high spot, we can say the most exciting or enjoyable moment. Okay. Retail is like retail, we have retail stores, like a store, the activity of selling goods to the public, usually in shops. So we have retail stores. Instead of retail stores, you can just say retailers. Or retailer or retailers. I mean, retail stores, plural. So I said retailers, the plural form. Retail stores, retailers. We can say, I don't know, like maybe brick and mortar stores. It means physical stores. A brick and mortar store means a physical store. do you like shopping from online stores or brick and mortar stores? Well, it can be a speaking question. For example, in the IELTS, do you like shopping from, let's say, physical stores or online stores? Let's say this is the question, and you can answer in this way. Well, actually, I personally prefer shopping from brick and mortar stores, but especially when I buy clothes. When I buy clothes, when I do the same thing online, it can be, okay, let's see, the chances are it can, we can say that, give me a second. Well, actually, I personally prefer shopping from brick and mortar stores, especially when I buy clothes, especially when buying clothes. Chances are high that I will buy a pig in a poke. Okay, so this is also an idiom, a pig in a poke. So I will show you now what I am doing here. So let's say this is the IELTS speaking test. Do you like shopping from physical stores or online stores? Well, actually, I personally prefer shopping from brick and mortar stores. So instead of physical stores, I paraphrase it because it is very important to paraphrase some words from the given question, not to parrot, not to repeat the same words from the question or questions. So we said brick and mortar stores. This is a synonymous word for physical stores, especially when buying clothes. When I do the same thing online, the chances are high that. The chances are high that is an expression. It simply means that it is highly likely that. It is highly likely that. It is highly likely that. Or it is highly possible that. I will buy a pig in a poke. So when you buy something online from a store, so if it is a pig in a poke, this means the results can be disappointing. It may not be the same exact product you saw online on the website, and it can be a totally different product in a negative way. So that's why we say a pig in a poke, something you buy without seeing first, without trying first. So this is a nice expression. You can also learn this idiom, and you can use it in your speaking, in IELTS speaking, a pig in a poke. So this simply means something that you buy or accept without seeing it or finding out if it is good. So this is a useful expression. Okay. So leisure or leisure, it's a time when you are free from work or other duties and can relax. So instead of this one, we can say free time. We can say spare time, or we can say downtime. So these are all synonymous words for free time. Okay, so we can say we had a busy weekend, so I'm planning to have some downtime tomorrow. In this example, this word means free time or leisure time or leisure time. This word can be pronounced in two different ways: leisure, leisure, or leisure. Leisure, they are both correct. So that's it. I hope it is clear. If not, you can let me know. A knowledgeable person is like a person who is well educated, who knows a lot about a specific field. So a knowledgeable person. So for this one, we can say well informed, well educated, or we can say erudite. This is more advanced. Erudite. So this is a more advanced word. Someone who knows a lot about a profession. So when we say, for example, Megan is a scholarly and erudite person. So this means a knowledgeable person. A knowledgeable person. A person who knows a lot about a specific subject or topic. So these are some synonyms for the word knowledgeable. Yeah, it's also an adjective. Okay, so keen. Keen is like keen means very interested, eager, wanting to do something very much. So in this one, please be careful about the structure. Keen to do something, keen on something, keen on doing something. So their children are keen to play the piano. So here, after keen, we say be keen, okay? So we go on with to do something. Be keen to do something. And in this one, I can write the same sentence. Their children are keen on the piano. In this example, keen on something because there is no verb. So here, again, we use be keen on, and then we go on with on. So here we go on with to. In this one, on something. On something. On the piano. Or their children are keen on playing the piano. So be keen on doing something. Okay, so here we added ing, and here we added to, and it is just the noun. This was about the structure of this word. What about the meaning? The meaning is like willing or eager, wanting something, or passionate, or enthusiastic. Enthusiastic. So these can be some synonymous words. Again, willing, eager, passionate, or enthusiastic. Enthusiastic, enthusiastic, passionate, passionate, eager, eager, willing, willing. And there is another word, right the opposite. It means unwilling, not wanting something. Or we use this word, reluctant. This is really an important vocabulary word. Reluctant. Reluctant. This is really, really important. These are the opposites. Okay, unwilling, reluctant, not wanting, something. Okay. So we put the synonymous words here. Optional. If something is optional, you can choose it. Like it is like elective. You can choose it. If you're talking about like courses, for example, elective courses, optional activities. If you want, you can do. If you don't want, you may not do it. Like it's like the grammar structure is like don't have to do something. Don't or doesn't have to do something. Have to do something. You can decide. You can decide. It's up to you. You say be up to you. Be up to you. Be of one's choice. It is your choice. Your choice. Your decision. You can decide. These can be some synonymous words for optional. And again, what can be some opposites? If something is not optional, it is mandatory. Or it is compulsory. You have to do it. You must do it. No option is available. You cannot decide. So these can be some opposites. Antonyms. Put something on. Installer adds something on. Whenever I write an essay on paper, I take a picture of it and put it on my cell phone. So this means when you put on something on your cell phone, you add it to your cell phone or you install it on your cell phone. So here I said, put it on my cell phone. Put it on my cell phone. Here I said paper because not a paper. Please remember the word paper is a noun. And what kind of noun? It's an uncountable noun. So please don't say a paper. Don't say papers. Paper can be countable, but the meaning is different. So if you mean like a piece of paper, you should say a piece of paper. Or several pieces of paper. In these examples, paper is not countable. So please remember this. In these examples, paper is not countable. It's uncountable. But when you say paper as a newspaper, then it is countable. Then this one is countable. For example, I like reading morning papers. In this example, I mean, I love reading morning newspapers. So here, I use the word paper as newspaper. In this case, it is countable. Or I can say, on my work to office, on my way to my office, or not to repeat the same word like my and my, I can say on the way to my office, I buy in a paper every morning. So here, I buy a paper, I mean a newspaper, so it is countable. So in this case, it is a newspaper, so it is countable. Or paper may also mean essay. If you mean an essay, it is countable. I have recently asked my students to write a paper on the importance of learning a foreign language. So in this example, a paper is an essay. A paper is an essay. So that's why it is countable. Okay. Anyways, I hope it makes sense, but just paper is a kind of a piece of paper. It is uncountable. So you can say a piece of paper. Okay, several pieces of paper, some paper. Pupil, the word pupil means student. Synonymous words for pupil can be student or learner. Student or learner. Make use of something. To use something, like means a synonymous word can be utilize, adopt, just use, benefit from, or we can also say exploit something. Exploit may have a positive or negative meaning, but when we mean like to use something, we can say exploit, it has a positive meaning. Okay, so these can be some synonymous words. Committee. Committee is like a group, or we say board, like a board or group. Yeah, committee. Be hard at work simply means be busy. Busy. Or hectic. These can be some synonymous words for be hard at work. I am hard at work this afternoon. So please call me in the evening. In the sentence, what I mean that I'm busy this afternoon. So I'm not available. I cannot talk to you right now. So I am hard at work simply means I am busy. It's an idiom. It's informal. You can use it in your speaking, but don't use it in your writing. Act out simply means like actors when they act a certain character, they act out what they say. So they copy, they imitate their reactions, their behavior, and they utter, they say their sentences, their words. So this is act out. It simply means like act. Perform on stage. These can be some synonymous words. Scene. Scene is like view, a part of a film or play. The last scene of the movie, the first scene of the movie, some scenes of the movie. Plenty means much. quantifier. We can say a lot of. So sometimes we say like plenty of. It's like enough or more than enough. Enough or more than enough. Craft is like a skill. Another word for craft can be skill or talent. Craftsman is a person who is skilled in doing or making something. It's like craftsman is like a profession, a person who is skilled in doing or making something. Display is like to show something or a collection of things in an organized way for people to see. In this context, display can be like to exhibit as a verb. And sometimes we use it as a noun. Display can also be a noun, and we say be on display. If something is on display, it is an exhibition. Exhibition is also the noun form. That's it. These are our first set of vocabulary words for today's class, 25 words in total. I just put some synonymous words. Just try to read them, check their synonyms, see some examples, and make sure you are familiar with the meaning. You understand the meaning. You don't have to use all of these words in your writing or speaking. These are mostly for reading or listening. When you see these words, I want to make sure you can remember, or you are at least familiar with these words. And especially in the IELTS test or other international tests of English, most of the questions in the reading section or listening section are based on synonyms. That's why it is important to boost your vocabulary, to improve, to enhance your vocabulary. So please watch this video maybe like every day. Just make some notes, read your notes every day, but don't try to memorize. Just become familiar. Just read them again and again, as many times as possible. In this way, I'm sure you will easily remember the meaning of these words. And then I will also challenge you. I will push you by asking you some further questions, like a quiz, once or twice a week. So I'm done. So now it is your turn. Good luck. See you in the next video. Bye.